buildings and utilities inspections, photogrammetry and 3D scanning. Just some of the fields we deal with. Hello, today we'd like to show you how unmanned technologies can ease complex and costly inspections in a number of areas. You may have already seen our videos documenting our inspection of one of the largest bridges in the Czech Republic, or our inspection of the Pilsner Urquell Brewery production hall. We're upgrading the technology, but also the data processing, so come and take a look. This is our most versatile and most commonly used machine, which we also very often use for the inspection of numerous different bridge structures. For basic routine inspections we use this camera. This is the ZenMuse Z30, which has up to 30 times optical zoom. We're currently looking to switch to this camera, the much more powerful H20. The advantage of this machine lies in the fact that we can take the camera and place it like this on the top. Then it's no problem to look directly overhead and inspect a bridge structure, for example, to see if anything underneath is falling off or if there is a defect. We've tried indirect visual inspections with the help of a drone, for example when inspecting the upper flange of the Langer beam. Normally we need to request a voltage lockout, a track lockout, slow down travel on the adjacent track and, if necessary, a platform. With drones we don't have to do all that, we just arrive at the bridge and I say where I want the drone to fly. And in real time I can see the current condition of that flange, for example. I can then use the photographs or video footage, for example, when evaluating detailed inspections or in any number of consultations. At the same time, this machine is so versatile that we can even put a LiDAR unit on it, which can then be used to create 3D models, similar to the one you can see on the monitor behind us. Another thing is the very precise positioning provided by RTK. It also works with our software Inspector. Another machine, this time for internal inspections, is the Flyability Elios 2. It has a carbon structure around it that actually protects its body against impact. As you may have seen in our earlier videos, we flew it up in the roof structure of the Pilsner Urquell Brewery. Thanks to this, we can get to places conventional inspectors can't reach. In the event of an impact, the camera actually retracts into the body where it's protected. And here we have a classic RGB camera and a thermal camera. Thanks to the distance sensors and positioning sensors, we can create a 3D model. We've already done this in the Pilsen Underground, for example, where we reconstructed part of the Pilsen tunnels. For other types of structure, such as bridges with a lower bridge deck, which are often used to span rivers or dams, a drone is able to fly into places that would be very difficult for a worker like me to get to. So the drone has made our job a lot easier. We can fly with this in areas that are problematic for carrying out inspections. This has allowed us to fly at Slovnaft in Slovakia, where we inspected their giant fuel tanks. We were able to fly, for example, into a tube that has a radius of only 20 centimeters, so it's a very versatile machine for indoor inspections. Another machine is the Wingtra, specifically the Wingtra 1 model. This is unique in that it's what's known as a VTOL, or vertical takeoff and landing. So it takes off like this, as you see it here, vertically, and then at altitude it flips and goes into level flight like an aeroplane, and then it flips back and lands on its tail again like a drone. It can take off from a relatively small space, such as a pallet in the middle of a forest. This machine has one undeniable advantage over quadcopters in that it can take pictures of much larger locations. Here you can see a multispectral camera that's actually used to detect bark beetles and determine the overall health of vegetation. It can also be equipped with other payloads, such as this camera, which, as you can see, is set at a slight angle because that makes it easier to create 3D models, or alternative cameras for orthophotos and other things. Another machine is the Sarah from the Belgian company Flying Cam, which is a much bigger machine than the ones we've shown you so far. Its main advantage is its maximum takeoff weight. Thanks to this, we can afford to deploy much more high-performance payloads. Here we have the Regal. This is a laser scanner that can scan up to a distance of 1,200 meters with 7 times penetration. That means that we're able to penetrate several layers on top of one another. We also have RGB cameras that are used to create the point cloud that we generate. We can replace this whole scanner with the Phase, which is a 100 megapixel camera that can also be used. We use this machine for geodetic work, as well as for scanning protected landscape areas, but we also use it in the field of archaeology. Usually we scan the older parts of forests, where those who are interested can actually model how to reforest the forest or decide which trees to cut down. Inspector. This was an application we had to create because whenever we take inspection images, it's a problem to determine exactly where the inspection image is looking. So we developed our own simple software that makes it easy for our clients to navigate exactly where that particular defect or inspection photo is within that particular object. After logging into our cloud, the client can scroll freely through their photos. There are two possible ways to browse photos. The first is to browse photos like these, and it shows me the location on the model. The second option is that I color the model in the way the photos are taken. Blue if the photo has not been verified, green or red if it has already been verified. Then I just look at the location I'm interested in, and all the photos are displayed, including the positions of the cameras that can see the object. When I click on it, I can also see the location I've selected. I can make notes, measure distances, areas, contents, perimeters. I can easily see its condition over time. Of course, other photos taken by drone can be uploaded. That could be a house, it could be another structure, it could be a mast. Anything that is documented in some way can be uploaded here and given to the client. And the whole software is available in Czech as well as in English. Inspection is no longer just about visual perception. We are now able to measure and read cubature, create 3D models, remove vegetation, for example, or even look through a spectrum that is imperceptible to the human eye. This allows us to carry out inspections quickly and efficiently. This has been a demonstration of current technologies and our solutions. The field of unmanned systems is developing dynamically. The uses are immense, and we're constantly looking for new ways to use these technologies. And we'll even find a solution for you. Thank you for watching.